Hello, welcome to AutoBot YouTube channel. Myself Rahul Nixon. Today we are going to deep dive into container scanning in GitLab. And in the last video, we have seen how we can implement dependency scanning in GitLab. And today we are going to see one more SEA scanning, that is a container scan. Okay. So this is the documentation provided by GitLab related to container scanning, and I'll be providing this link in the description as well. So let us understand what is container scanning and how you can implement this container scanning in your pipeline. Okay. So your application's Docker image may itself be based on Docker images that contain non-vulnerabilities. Okay. So in the last video also I have showed you we have a Docker image and we are creating the artifacts or the jar file, and based on that jar we are creating a image as well, a Docker image as well. Okay, so in this kind of Docker images, right, there can be chances for vulnerabilities. Okay, it can be either dependency vulnerability, or if you are going to use any third-party libraries in your project, there can be chance for other vulnerabilities as well. Okay, so container scanning will work along with the dependency scanning to understand more number of vulnerabilities as part of your code development. Okay. So by including an extra container scanning job in your pipeline, they scan for vulnerabilities and displays them in a merge request. Okay, so just consider if you're working on a feature branch, and while raising the merge request, your feature branch can execute, and if you can identify like what are the vulnerabilities in the new code that you have added, the approver can easily identify. Okay, so this is the reason, and the developer can modify the code and again raise a merge request to uh, keep or generate a safer code. Right? So that is the purpose of this container scanning, dependency scanning, and all. Okay. Um, container scanning is often considered part of software composition analysis. So SCA can contain aspects of inspecting the item your code uses. Okay, so it's same like a dependency scanning as well. So these items typically include applications and system dependencies that are almost always imported from external dependencies. Okay, so this is very important. This application system dependencies, mostly how it will come. Like if you are going to import any third-party library to your source code, right? So those things only this dependency scanning and container scanning is mainly focusing on, and it's not mainly focusing on the code that you are writing by yourself. Okay, so it is mainly focusing on the integration of third-party libraries to the source code that you are developing. Okay, rather than sources from items you wrote yourself. So GitLab offers both container scanning and dependency scanning to ensure coverage for all of these dependency types. Okay. So to cover as much of your risk area as possible, we encourage you to use all of our security scanners. So as you all know, like GitLab is a DevSecOps platform, it is having a lot of security features. So by default, so if you're creating a pipeline, just try to implement all the scanning that GitLab is providing, like SAS scanning and the dependency container scanning. All these things can be used as part of your pipeline to make your code development more secure. Okay, so in this video we are going to see how you can implement this. Okay, so for this actually there is a template already provided by GitLab. It's a container scanning GitLab template, so we can just use this template as how we did the dependency scanning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this template in our code. Okay, so I just added the container scanning, same like how we have added the dependency scanning. Or if you don't want to go with the job, actually there is a template as well, or you can yeah, instead of this yeah, okay, so we can go with this job itself. Okay, so once we add the job, right, like what is the next thing that we have to do? So I have gone inside the container scanning, and here you can see this is a container scanning job. Okay, and it is using a base image, and the image is like a security product container scanning. Okay, so it is automatically taking this container scanning image as well, so we don't need to make any changes here. Okay, so this is a default template provided by GitLab. So what we have to do, we just need to use this job in our code. what I'm going to do is, this is the Gemnation Maven dependency scan that we discussed last time. So I'm going to use this particular job. And if you need to make any modification to this template, you have to. Okay. So currently in our scenario also, the stage is a test. So I'm not going to make any changes here. So it is the same. And the variable, if you want to make any modification to variable, you have to do that. Okay. So currently in the template, it is only using git strategy now. I will show you like where you can find all other variables, and you have to modify the variables based on your requirement. Okay. So here by default the allow failure is true, and here you can see the reports that is getting generated, and the script that they are using is gtcs scan. Okay, so that's it. And some rules are also there. So if you want to override the rules, you can do that as well. Okay, so here you can see the artifact session. So it will attach all these artifacts as part of your job execution as well. So where you can find the variables is like there is a documentation provided here. So you just need to go to this URL. So it will open up this particular URL. Okay. So here, if you scroll down, so it is already showing like how you can add this template. So you just need to add this line in your code. Okay. So if there is no other modification required, you don't need to make any changes here as well. Okay. So you can just ignore this. It will automatically include the container scanning. But in case if you want to make some modification, maybe in the rules or artifacts, you can override the a template. Okay. So how you can do is, so this is one variable that you have to override, because this is the image path which you have to pass to do the container scanning, right? So before that, I will show you what are the variables here. So there are these are the variables that are as part of container scanning. So based on your requirement, you can modify the variables. Okay. So in our case, this is a CS underscore image. So the Docker image to be scanned, if that this variable overrides the CA application repository and the CA application tag variable. Okay. So in my case, we have to modify that. So what I'm going to do is, so instead of overriding the variable, let me do one thing. I don't need to override the stage also, because even in the template also it is using the stage as a test. Okay, so I'm just going to, or we'll do one thing. Instead of doing like this, let me add a before script. Okay, before script, and then try to export this variable. Okay, so this is the variable. Okay, so what we have to export, so here we have to pass the variable name, right? So how we can get the container images? So for that, let me go here, go to my project, let me duplicate this. Okay, and let me go to go to deploy container registry. Okay, then go here. Inside this, you will be able to see the container images that has already created. Right? So let me click on this copy image path. Okay, so I already copied it here, but I will show you again. Okay, so let me put it here. So here you can see this is a tag value that we are adding as part of our build image, build push image stage. Job. Right? So let me go here and let me see how we are creating the image. Yeah, so this is a value that we are passing, that is CI pipeline IID. Right? So let me override this. Okay, so this will be the path. So let me copy this. Okay, so you can fine tune this. Okay, so here for this demo, I'm just hard coding this variable. So instead of that, you can either pass it from a CI/CD variable, or you can keep a separate variable session for this, or you can use a main YAML file for passing all these values and all. Okay, so only for this demo purpose, I'm just keeping like this. Okay, and if you want to make any other modification, for example, if you want to change any artifacts and all, you can just modify it here, and you can just override the template. Okay, so, but I'm not going to do it, I'm just keeping the same. And what is the other requirement? We need the build push image to be done, right? So there is a dependency for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a need for this because this image creation should happen. So what I'm going to do is let me add a need here. Okay, this is a need. So let me commit this. Container. Okay. So let me go here. Let me refresh. It is still thinking. Yeah, so it is completed. We'll go to our pipeline. So here you can see it is running a new pipeline. Let me go inside. And here you can see we have successfully added the container scanning job. Okay, so this job is coming directly from the template and it is running in the test stage. And we have Maven build job, then it will run execute build a push image, and then it will execute all these particular stages. Okay, so let it come. Okay, so like this way we are going to cover all other security scanning in the coming videos as well. So as of now we have covered unit testing and this Gymnasium Maven dependency scanning. So Gymnasium is one scanner or analyzer, and the container scanning we covered in this video. So like this way we will cover all other security scanning as part of GitLab. Okay. And one more thing to add here. Currently, we have used this CI pipeline IID, right? So this is one value that will get sequentially generate for the particular project. Okay, so if you want to go for a CI pipeline ID, so CI pipeline ID is nothing but a value that get generate for the entire group. Okay, so just consider in GitLab you have a group and you have some 10 projects. So for each execution, it will generate a new value. Okay, so it won't be specific for a project; it will be specific for a group. Okay, so that is a difference. And if you want to go with some custom version, that also you can just append here instead of a CI pipeline create. So now you can see all these jobs are executing. Container scanning is completed. So I'm just going inside container scanning. You'll be able to see the artifacts are attached. I'm just downloading. Okay. And to understand if there are any vulnerabilities as part of a continuous scanning or generation dependency scanning, what you have to do is, as I mentioned in the last video also, we have a security tab. If you go to security tab, you'll be able to see what are the dependencies that got captured. Okay, so here you can see in container scanning, it has 4 vulnerabilities already identified. So if you want to download the report, you can download either from here as well. And if you want to see what is the issues, okay, so there is a link already provided here. So just click on it. It will show you why it is throwing this error, what is a vulnerable package, and what is the severity of the particular issue, and which is tool has identified this issue. Like this is a container scanning, and the scanner is a try me. Okay, so this is the scanner that we are using, and this is the basic nature like Alpha 3.18.7 that we provide in the Docker. And here you can see the vulnerable package is this particular package, right? And here it is providing the solution as well. So what is the solution? We have to update this particular library SSL to this particular version. Okay, so we just need to update the version of this. Okay, so that is a requirement. Like that way, there are some other errors also. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to list down what are these things. Okay, and we can just add that in our Docker file like run APK update and upgrade. Okay, sure, and just provide the library names. Okay, so just consider if you want to override this. Okay, you are thinking this is a false positive. What you can do is just click on this, and you can select a false positive or want fix or no reason, and you can just dismiss it. Okay, so if you dismiss it, then it will not come in the further scan. Okay, so that is again method for overriding that, but better always to solve the issues that security scanning is identifying. Okay, SSL3 is already there. Okay, what is the next thing? So it is providing all the description as well. Okay, like why it is throwing the error. So this is the update that we have to do in the Docker file. And one more thing, like even here also you can find the issues. Okay, if you go to secure, then if you go to vulnerability report, okay, here you can go to security dashboard. Here in security dashboard, you will be able to see. I think it's not configured now. That's why it is throwing this error. So here you can set the configuration for this particular report to generate here. Maybe that part I will show in the next video, like how we can do this configuration. Okay, so this is again one possibility. Okay, for showing this, and if you want to see that in the group level, even in group level also, you'll be able to see this a secure entity. You can go there and you can see the vulnerability that is generating. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I already add this comment, right? So let me copy and let me go to my Docker file. Okay, and this is the script that I'm using. I'm just running and just updating this particular libraries. Okay, so let me try whether it will get fix the issues or not. Okay, updated the Docker file. Okay, so let's commit and see. Yeah, syncing is completed. It is running the new pipeline. Okay, so this is how you can find out the vulnerabilities as part of your pipeline, and automatically GitLab will suggest you with a few of the solutions. You can try that solutions to solve the issues as well. Okay, so now as I mentioned, I am just going to update the library versions in the Docker itself, and let us see whether it will fix the issues or not. If you want to see the job dependencies, you can directly go to job dependency and just enable this job dependency. So here you will be able to see how the dependency is getting created. So as you all know, like a build push image is dependent on an event build. So we have dependency over here, and again, this container scanning is dependent on build push image. Right? So this is how the dependency has created. So if you're going for a big pipeline and all, in order to understand how the dependency between each job is created, you can go to this and you can see how different jobs are interrelated to each other and how the artifacts are getting passed from one job to another. Okay, so let it complete. Yeah, now it is running. So as per my understanding, like if you're using a community edition, you won't be able to see the security tab here. So those who are using the community edition, you can try to make it advanced. Like a 30-day trial is available. So even I also subscribe to that. That's why here you can see ultimate trial, and it will expire in another 12 days. Okay. So if you enable that, then only you'll be able to see this security tab. Otherwise, from my understanding, in a normal community edition, it won't show all these security issues and all. Okay, so now you can see the security tab. Okay, so let all the jobs complete. Okay, dependency scanning is still going on. Okay, let me go to security and see there are no vulnerabilities, right? So what I did, I just made an update of the vulnerable libraries in the Docker file itself, and now the issue is resolved. Okay, so this is how you can do the container scanning, and if it identifies any issues, you can modify that in your code or in your Docker file to resolve the issues. Okay, so I hope you are clear and you like the video. So if there is any confusions related to the pipelining that we are currently covering, please comment in the comment section. Okay, and thanks for watching the video. Bye.